Hi everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. This is my eBay haul for June 16th and 17th. It ended up being a good haul, despite the fact that it poured both Friday and Saturday. But thankfully it didn't rain until, I don't know, about an hour or two into the sales that I was going to. So it ended up working out, I guess. On Friday, there weren't too many sales, yard sales near me, but there was a rummage sale about 40-45 minutes away. And I was debating whether or not to go and hemming and hawing about it, and finally I decided, okay, you know what, I'm just gotta try and get out of my little bubble, my comfort zone, and rummage sales are what I love and what I'm really good at, so that's what I'm going to do. And turns out, again, I'm very happy that I picked the rummage sale because it turned out to be a very, very good decision. So I got there around, I guess about 8:15. But yeah, between 8:15 and 8:30. It started at 9. There were only maybe about 8 people in front of me, something like that. And I was at this Greek Orthodox church. It wasn't a huge sale, but it was very organized. They had big signs so that you could see where every section was. And when you're standing outside, the whole one wall of this place is windows. So we could all look inside and see where we all wanted to go first. So, of course, I made a beeline for the big sign that said crafts, because right in front of it I saw a box that looked like it had all kinds of needlework kits in it. So that's what I went to. Whoops, don't trip over the camera. That's what I went to first. So I'll show you guys those. And I paid, well, initially they said they were $2 a piece, but when I got up to check out, they gave them all to me for $1 a piece. So I took the majority of the ones that they had. Most of these are vintage, probably from the 50s to the early 70s. But this one is from Maxim. This Cruel Pillow kit called Sign of Spring with the butterfly and the flowers and the berries and all that kind of stuff. And I'm probably only going to make maybe about $10 a piece on most of these kits, but there is possibly a sleeper down at the bottom of the stack that I'll show you guys in a minute. This one, vintage one from Busilla called Antique Sampler, and obviously I'm going to have to put hen or chicken in the title, maybe spinning wheel, something like that. Like I've said before, you guys, the titles are so important, and I'm going to have to do a video just focusing on titles one of these days. This one I bought because it says Signature Picture Sampler, but I mainly bought it because it has this chicken in the center, and chickens are very popular. Again, this is another old Busilla kit, nothing crazy. Then I actually got 2 of these. One is a little newer than the other, but they're the same pattern, called the Peace and Plenty Sampler. That's what it looks like in color. These are both brand new and sealed. This one, another Busilla called Give Me Time. Then this is a Dimensions stamped cross-stitch kit. Really pretty one called Country Cottage Sampler. I thought it was sealed, but they actually opened it down here and then taped it up again. But, I mean, it's all there, so no problem selling that. Then there's this one called Bears on Wicker Swing. This one I think is from the 80s, as is the Dimensions kit probably. This is a needlepoint kit. And I've seen this on eBay, but people don't put Teddy in the title along with bears, which I think is important. Or flowers or stuff like that. So I will be including those keywords in my title. And then the last one that I got was this one. And when I first found it, I found it like this, and I was looking at the fabric, and I noticed the writing down the bottom, and noticed that the font looked familiar to me, which sounds really weird, but I looked at it and I thought, you know what, that looks like an old Paragon kit, and some old kits from Paragon can be worth very good money. So I didn't even look it up, I didn't even open it up, I just threw it in my bag. I got home, opened it up, and lo and behold, it says Paragon. And then, if you look here at the title, it says Sampler Whitman Alphabet number 2. So I looked that up on eBay. There are no actual kits on eBay right now. The only thing that is listed are finished versions of this design. And the Whitman number 2 alphabet, I think, is a reproduction of an antique museum piece. And from the 1800s. Here, I'll try and show this to you guys. Actually, it's probably better if I just show you this. There we go. That's kind of what it looks like. Anyway, on eBay, the ones that are finished, they want anywhere from, I believe, 150 to 300 or 350. So I'm hoping that maybe I can get at least 100 for this kit, or close to it. So I was really happy to find that one. Then, like I said, it wasn't a huge sale, so I was going around just trying to find whatever I could. Of course, right after I did the craft section, I was looking all over the place to see if they had any health and beauty sections, or perfume or anything like that. Couldn't find anything, except that I found 3 of these boxes of vintage Guess soaps for 50 cents a piece. This is Jean Naté. I think there's only 4 in here. Yeah. This is Fabergé Aphrodisia. There's 6 in there. I think this one, out of the 3, is going to sell the best. And then there's Fabergé Flambeau, and that one has 5. So we'll have to see. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to sell these separately or together, but I'll probably take pictures of them both ways and then make a decision later, or either that or put them up for auction separately, see what happens, and then maybe I'll throw them all up together as a buy it now. I don't know. So then I went to the book section, and I ended up getting 2 Bibles. Nothing crazy. They're both Nelson Bibles. You know, not leather covers, which I was kind of bummed about. But come on, camera, wake up. There we go. It's a red letter edition, study helps, the whole shebang. They're both in really, really good shape. This one is also by Nelson, but it says Longmeadow Press also, which I've never gotten a Longmeadow Press Bible before. But still, might only make about 10 on each of those, but they did give them both to me for free. Some people don't like to sell Bibles. They feel it's sacrilegious or something. Then I saw this plate. I thought it was interesting. It's like a little heart-shaped mold that normally, I guess, if you used it for baking, you'd probably make something like shortbread in it. And then I looked at the mark on the back, and I couldn't figure out what it was at first. And then later on, when I did research, I paid $2 for this. Later on, when I did research, I realized that this says MMA for Metropolitan Museum of Art. And this is a reproduction of an old, I think it's English Staffordshire piece. I should be able to get maybe 15 on that. And Then the other piece that I kind of found in the houseware section was this little guy. As soon as I saw him, I thought to myself, he probably fits in Floyd. And then I turned him over. Whoops. And as you can see, he is Fitz and Floyd. Focus. There we go. It's part of their French market pattern. And this is the condiment jar. And it's in excellent condition. I paid $2. I should be able to get, I think, like 30 to 40 out of this. Alright, and the last place that I went to there was the holiday section. And the few things I found there, well actually, my very, very best thing of the whole weekend I found there, but I'm going to wait until the very end of the video to show you guys that. But the rest of the stuff I found there was this. This is a set of small eggs from Willie Ray Studio. I've purchased Willie Ray Studio stuff in the past, done pretty well with it. I can't find these anywhere. Even when I do a Google image search, I can't find them, so I'm hoping that's good. Right there it says 6 assorted small eggs from $19.99. I paid $3. Don't really know. Hoping to get at least 15 to 20. And then the other one I bought, and I already took the styrofoam. Took it out of the styrofoam so you guys wouldn't have to hear that horrible noise. Oh, and all the registration cards and COEs or whatever are all in with these. The other one I found was this one. This one was $2. This is just a little 2-section basket with this bunny rabbit with the little bird on top of his ear. And that's what the mark looks like on the bottom. Paid $2 for him. Hoping to get maybe 20 out of that also. And I might take a picture if I can fit the eggs in the basket. I might take a picture that way. Maybe kill 2 birds with 1 stone, sell them both together. I haven't decided yet. Alright, so, except for the one really good thing that I have to show you guys, that was it for that rummage sale. I spent a little over 20 bucks there, I believe. Oh no, that's not it, sorry. Almost it from that sale. I saw this box also in the holiday section. I saw it said manger set, and then it said there's a $5 sticker on it, and then right here, if this is gonna focus for me, it says hand painted nativity set terracotta from Jalisco State, made in Mexico. And it's a 14-piece nativity set, really pretty. I can't find any others quite like it on eBay. But I'm just going to take out Gabriel and the baby Jesus for you guys to see here. But really pretty hand-painted blue and white terracotta pottery. And decorated all around. And I love these little gold balls that form the little crowns on their heads. Jesus, Gabriel, Mary, and Joseph all have these little golds, like halos or whatever you want to call them, around their heads. But the rest of the set doesn't. There's baby Jesus, Mary, Joseph, Gabriel, 2 shepherds, the 3 kings, and the rest are animals. But it's packed really well. All the bags are labeled so you know exactly what goes where, and I'm hoping, I don't know, maybe you get 40 or 50. We'll have to see. That might sell closer to Christmas time. So on my way out of the rummage sale, I did notice as I was driving to it that about a mile or 2 down the street from it, there was a sign for a yard sale. So I decided to hit that on my way back home, since it was like a 45-minute drive back home. So I stopped there. And of course, as soon as I get out of the car to walk down their driveway, it starts to rain. I'm like, are you kidding me? So they start putting tarps over stuff, but fortunately they had an overhang on their house, and they had set shelves and stuff up under the overhang so that I could look at stuff without getting poured on, and the stuff that I was looking at was not getting soaking wet. So I did find some stuff there. I actually spent more there than I did at the rummage sale. I spent $25 at the rummage sale, and I spent $27 at the garage sale. But it was worth it. For $1 a piece, I got 2 boxes of soap. I've been having really good luck buying like fancy soap and Guess soap, and I found a bunch of Crabtree and Evelyn soaps this season. So I think books and soap seem to be the theme this year. And this one is Retail Therapy French milled soap, and you open it up and it's these 2 little high-heeled shoes, brand new and sealed. Should be able to make about 10 on that. And then this one, this is made by Gianna Rose, and it's a Pretty Little Hen and Her Eggs French milled soap set from Saks Fifth Avenue. Originally $20. I can still make about $20 on this, selling it on eBay. That's with free first class shipping. But as you can see, there's the little hen with the 3 eggs. It also says pressed from the original vintage dye. So those are $1 a piece. And we'll probably make all my money back just on these soaps. Then she had a whole bunch of these plates, these fused glass plates, and I was hoping that they were Peggy Carr, and they were, so I was happy about that. Originally there were 4 of these plates with the check background and the crescent moon, but the one on the very bottom was cracked in half, so I was a little bummed about that. And I'm trying to find her signature on these things. I know it's here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Alright, you're probably not going to be able to see this, but I will make an attempt. But she usually signs things on the side. There we go. It's right down here. It says P. Carr, K-A-R-R. So I got the 3 of these for $5, which was a steal. Can't find any others like this on eBay. And then I also got this sheep platter, and this one was 10. Can't find this particular one on eBay either. She did make a lot of different ones with this same kind of design, but it's just a different animal, like a rabbit or a chicken or a cow, but I can't find a sheep. And then she did have this enormous platter that was probably twice the size of this, with all these little sheep that went around it, which I probably could have made really good money on. She wanted $20 for it. I just didn't want to bother shipping it because it was so big. First I'd have to find a box, and then I'd have to, you know, spend so much money in bubble wrap to wrap the thing up to ship it that I just said, I don't care. Sometimes with fragile things, you know, you really have to weigh the pros and cons of whether you want to take the time to pack it up and ship it out. And the final thing that I bought there was this little jar, and I turned it over and it said Masons, so I got excited about that because when I went to the Moose Lodge sale back in the beginning of April, I guess, I found some Masons pieces, a teapot and some cups and saucers, and they were Masons, but they were from Crabtree and Evelyn. They did like a reproduction of Masons stoneware, and I did really, really well with those. I think I've sold them all. So I saw this and I saw it was an original Masons, and it was $10, so I picked it up, didn't even look it up. I should hopefully without a problem be able to get at least 40, hoping a little more for this. But this is called a fan jar. Don't ask me why. If any of you know why it's called a fan jar, let me know. But that's what it's called on replacements.com, and right now they don't have any of these in stock, so that's a good thing. So, except for the one thing that I have to show you at the end of the video, that was it for Friday, because after that, it did not stop raining. I tried to go to another sale on the way home that was advertised as like a big 20-family multi-family sale, and nothing. I guess they had canceled it. So I was bummed about that. So went home, and the next day I decided to go to a few more sales. Again, not much going on, but I figured, you know, gotta get out there. And thankfully I got out, you know, fairly early, because I think it was an hour and a half into garage sailing when the sky opened up again, and this time it was like a tsunami falling from the sky. I mean, I was driving around and I couldn't see like 3 feet in front of me. It was ridiculous. But I went to 2 sales about 20 minutes away that were advertised, found absolutely nothing, but thankfully on my way back from there to go to other sales, I found an unadvertised one, and I bought a few good things from there. I did buy a couple Disney DVDs for $1 a piece that I put in my Disney lot, and then bought a few other things. Alright, I got Brazil Butt Lift, this workout DVD. There's a set of 3 in here. Got this for $1, so I'm probably going to end up keeping this and try it out over the summer. Unfortunately, I will not end up looking like this woman. But we'll give it a shot. See what happens. Then, now, if I wasn't married to a mechanic, I would have never bought this in a million years. But I saw this sitting on the table and I got really excited. This is Super Chips Max Micro Tuner, which increases horsepower and torque. Yay. These are all specific to different models of cars. This one's for a 2004 Ford F-Series and SUV. My husband said that was good. Like, okay. So anyway, this is brand spanking new in the box. They wanted $10 for it, and I knew that was a really good price because my husband had given me one of these about a year or so ago. It wasn't a Max Micro Tuner, it was a flash pack. They look pretty much the same, but it was also, you know, same company and everything. And I ended up selling that, I think I sold for $150. But I think the flash packs go for more money than these do. But still, I paid $10. I should easily be able to get, I'm hoping at least around $60 for that. And I'm sure that the lady is looking at me like, you're buying a bunch of like workout Disney DVDs, a holiday decoration, and this? She must have thought I was a wacko. And then there was a box full of Christmas decorations, and I ended up buying, this scary looking thing. I originally thought this was a Santa Claus. It's not. It's a fairy because he has wings. The wings were dirty. I did get to clean those up. Thankfully they came clean really easy. There is a puncture in this one wing, but since it's, you know, you can't see it, so that's good. And the only other issue with this is that he's missing one of the glittered balls on his feet, but I might try and go to Michael's and see if I can find something similar and fix that up. But anyway, he's holding this big garland of candy, and I didn't really think anything of him until I turned him over and I saw this label on the back, and it says Mark Roberts, the Mark Roberts collection. It's got all the tags on it, and this is from their, it's probably not going to focus here. Hold on. Okay, my camera did it again. I don't know what happens sometimes when I hit autofocus and it just, the camera craps out on me. So, sorry about that. Anyway, this is from the Flemish collection. I can't find this guy anywhere. I think he's a large fairy. It's pretty big. Paid $5, maybe, I don't know, like $40, I'm hoping. We'll have to see on that one. And then I went to a neighborhood rummage sale in this like 55 and older development that's not far from our house. It's the most confusing development you've ever seen. It's like a maze trying to find where these people's houses are, and it's not really that fun. I like going there because I usually find something, but trying to figure out who's having the yard sale, you have to walk down people's driveways to get to other houses that are behind their houses, and it's just a big pain in the neck. But anyway, I did find a couple things there. For $3, I picked up this little trinket box, and I bought this because it says Villeroy and Boch, Vaux, Luxembourg on the bottom, and I can probably get about 20 on that. And then I got a really good deal in another house. I got this Ion video to PC USB video conversion system for 50 cents, and it's brand new in the box. I bought an Ion, I think it was cassette tape to MP3 converter at a rummage sale a couple months ago. I sold that for, I believe, $30 with free shipping, and I paid $2 for it. This one I should easily be able to get about 20 out of, so that was a really good deal for 50 cents. So that was it for the whole weekend, except the thing that I have to show you a second. But first I just wanted to say, I hope, and I know it's going to be way after Father's Day by the time you guys see this, but I hope all the dads out there had a great Father's Day. I got up at the crack of dawn and made my husband cheesecake. And then we just kind of let him do whatever he wanted to. He went to the driving range, he watched NASCAR and the Yankees and the US Open, so he was in hog heaven. We went out to dinner, gave him presents, he ate his cheesecake, and fell asleep on the couch. So it was a perfect day for him. And we were also really exhausted because we had the day before, after garage sales, we had to drive up to his best friend's house, and my husband was the distraction because his best friend's wife was throwing him a surprise party. So my husband had to take his best friend out to some golf simulator doodad, I don't know what it was, where they played like 18 holes of simulated golf. And then we had to run around like crazy people trying to get the house ready. She was having a Mexican-themed 40th birthday party for him, which turned out to be lots of fun. Never went to a Mexican-themed party before. Around here, it's not a lot of Mexican-themed parties. It's usually Italian everything. So that was fun. And then I got all excited because she tells me, like, oh, we're going to have a mariachi band coming at 9. They're going to sing to him on the porch. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. I've never seen a mariachi band in person. Yeah, well, that didn't happen. They were an hour and 10 minutes late. They were supposed to be there at 9. They got there at 10 after 10 when probably 3/4 of the guests had already left. And as soon as she saw their van pull up, she marched across the yard, went to the van, and started screaming at him. She's like, don't you even get out of the car. So, unfortunately, we got to like wave to him from the porch, but they never did actually come up and play for us. Thankfully, she hadn't paid them yet. Or else, obviously, she would have let them come and play. But that was just a disaster. But the rest of it was good. So anyway, let me show you guys the last thing that I found at this sale, the rummage sale the day before, which was a huge score, and I didn't even know it until I got home. I went to the holiday table, and I'm looking, and I'm trying to find stuff, and I see there's some ornaments, and I see this little triangular box. I'm like, okay, what's that? All I saw was it said, Finest Austrian Crystal Holiday Ornament 1994. Opened it up, and there's this beautiful little crystal snowflake ornament in there. I'm like, oh, okay. It says 1994 in the little tag right there. And it had a $2 price tag on it. So I thought, well, somebody's obviously going to buy a ornament for more than $2 that's crystal, so I'll throw it in the bag. Threw it in the bag, came home, went to do research on it, and after the fact realized that on the side of the box it said, wake up, autofocus. We're getting there. It said Swarovski, there we go, on the side of the box. So I looked this up and almost fell off the couch because this little baby is selling consistently on eBay for $250 to $300. I was so happy. So I'm going to put this up probably in the next day or two. And that should pay for the next 2 rummage sales coming up, because I have a really big one in Pennsylvania. I think it's like an hour south of me that I've never been to before, but it said 500 plus families are donating. So I'm going to that one. And then I have my big Catholic school rummage sale in PA that I love so much. That's next Monday night. So I might have a ton of stuff to show you guys by the next time I come back with a video. So that's it. That's it, everyone. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your sales, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.